Alright people, salam alaikum. So welcome to this video. It's your brother Muhammad, founder of Andalus Institute.com. And yeah, today guys is Sunday. Sunday for the Andalus Institute.com culture is performance tracking day. So what I do on Sundays is I jump on calls, on personal calls with the students of the program who are part of the performance tracking program, and what we do is we track the goals, we track objectives from that particular week, and we set objective for the next week. So the objectives they usually look like complete lesson 11 this week, complete lesson 12, and memorize this bonus lesson or whatever it might be. So that's what we're doing today, and I thought that I will record and show you guys a little bit of the insights of the program for those of you who might ask about it or asking yourself about it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an insight, and I will explain you guys why we do this performance tracking course and what is the purpose behind them. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Shaykh Muhammad, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, mashallah.
So it's your first time, yeah? You book for the performance tracking.
Yes. So I
That's cool.
want to enroll on this. So that's
Right.
why.
All right. So you might be asking right now, how is he requesting to enroll when he is a student in the program already? So basically, this performance tracking course is a program inside of the program. So the students who are, most of them on module number 2, they request to be part of the performance tracking calls, and then on this call, for example, is a onboarding call. The other calls, they actually happen with the rest of the students, so one waits behind the other, and I talk to each one, make sure that the objective for that week were achieved, and what was the problem if they weren't achieved, and little tips and things on how to improve that, so next week doesn't happen to not complete an achievement. All right, that's no problem. So first of all, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna ask you a few. I'm gonna take a few details from you. So in terms of have you take your personality test?
Yes. I do that quite often.
And you might be asking, what is this personality test that he's talking about? So basically, in our program, and one of the main things that I want the students to keep in mind is that for you to achieve something in life that you've never had before, you need to do things and become a person that you haven't been before, and do things that you haven't done before. So one of the things is that advice in the introduction of the program, which is a 4-hour introduction, and it's called hacking your brain. Literally hacking your brain, getting rid of habits, how to get rid of habits, how to adapt habits, and tips and actual methods, step by step methods on how to achieve those goals and become a different person. So there is a part of the training that is called developing our new brain, and in there I tell the students to take a test, which is a 16 personalities test, which has been proven by psychologists, and it gives you basically a really close, is actually impressive, a really close explanation of what your personality is, and what are your strengths, and what are your weaknesses, so you can work on them. If it's cool actually that you do it often, because it's really helpful when it comes to knowing your weaknesses and knowing your strength, and
Yes.
then not only applying them towards the Arabic program, but applying them in different areas of your life.
Yeah.
It's
So one
really
thing of a protagonist is that he's super confident.
mm-hmm,
I am super confident,
mm-hmm,
but sometimes too confident, too ambitious,
mm-hmm,
and unrealistic. And I even see that in the Arabic program. So when I started, I didn't know that it would be that busy, because I have quite busy months right now coming up,
mm-hmm,
even the last month. but I my target was quite high, so I
Right.
thought in at the beginning of November I would reach lesson 20, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm right now at lesson 11. So it's
Mm-hmm.
something from a protagonist. It's like you're super confident, so your targets are quite high,
Right.
but you might end up disappointing yourself.
Mm-hmm. At this point, we were pretty much talking with brother Imad, and me taking details on him, on his lifestyle, on details literally as the phone number, things like that. If I ever feel like the student is really absent, I might just give him a super random call, and you know that makes a lot of difference when it comes to students dropping off. Like the drop off rate is really low because of things like this. So after I took his details, etc., then we went ahead and we set objective for the next week. You know, it should happen like this. You see down here, 1, 2, 3, all the way until 15.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the month basically, and then we have the weeks right here. So every month, every week, and that's really how it helps to prioritize something and to keep the main thing. The main thing, as we were talking about, is to track the like the goal. Like look at the goal, the long term goal, and then break it down. As in, what do I need to do per month to achieve that yearly goal? What do I need to do per week to achieve that daily goal? And what do I need to do per day to achieve that daily goal? So this is exactly what we do with the performance tracking calls. And so week after week, week 1, week 2, week 3, we're gonna
So this
set
is
object.
managed by myself, right?
Now this is managed by myself, but you're gonna have access to it to look at it, and to see the comments that we write down and everything. But every week we are going to fill this up together, basically. So this is what the sheet looks like. This is what we call the official performance tracking sheet. And as you can see, we have the weeks, and then we have the month at the bottom, 15 month, which is what the perfect ideal time would be to complete the program. And then we have the year summary, which is basically where we can see the performance overall of the students over the month. In terms of the yearly tracking performance, as you can see, every week we say if it was achieved in terms of the objectives or failed. And so we put a 1 on failed or a 1 on achieved. And so week after week, the student, obviously, what will be ideal is that he performs well and that every week is a win. And so every week he has achievements. But then we can see over the month, on the yearly overall summary, we can see the percentage of success that the student have been having every single month. So one month he had 50%, another 25%, and another one 100%. So he's definitely doing something right on the 7th month. So we can go back to the comments and see what was the student doing at that particular time that was making his performance successful, and apply more of that and do less of what wasn't working, basically.
Okay.
Makes sense. So right now, what lesson are you right now?
11.
11 time. So what would you say it would be a good objective to set for next week? Complete.
To finish 2 lessons.
Okay, so complete lesson, um
11 and 12.
11 and 12, or 12 and 13?
No, 11 and 12.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do then. Complete lesson 11 and 12. And there you have it. This is how a personal or performance tracking call would go about with the students who are part of it. Now this was an onboarding one, so obviously it was a little bit longer. Usually it doesn't take that long for us to complete the call. And pretty much right now we just spoke about how to go about to complete that objective, and how to schedule for next week and whatnot. And like I said, this happens every single Sunday with every single student. And yeah, here you have it. The benefit of this, as I told you guys, is just being under first of all, the pressure is the best motivator, right? So most of the students, they say that it works for them because they know they have to jump on a call with me, and it's kind of a shame if you jump on a call and you say, yeah, I didn't do anything, basically. So the second thing is that you perform better um under supervision and under someone looking at you, right? So just these two things are enough for to explain the benefit of the performance tracking course that happens every Sunday. And I hope you guys have benefited from this. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. And if you are a student, share your experience with the performance tracking course. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Wassalamu alaikum.